Gender-based violence is a profound problem for women in Uganda, and also the beautiful Mount Elgon region is affected by it. The physical, sexual, psychological, and emotional abuse of women stems from cultural norms and beliefs that view women as inferior. Gender-based violence devastates the lives of women and their children, fractures communities, and cripples development. Since 1991, the annual International 16 Days Activism Against Gender Violence campaign calls for the elimination of all forms of violence against women. During the 2011 campaign, Rafik Theatre used participatory theatre to transfer knowledge, break the silence, and enhance dialogue on gender-based violence. It toured through Kapchora and Queen districts on the slopes of Mount Elgon in eastern Uganda, acting in communities as well as police and army outposts.
Yes, darling?
I want to ask you for something very small, but I hope you give it to me. Will you?
Go ahead.
I just want to go back to school and finish my since education is now free.
What? You're just a woman. A woman needs house.
I know that.
Listen! And your work is teaching and cooking. Is that okay?
I cook everything.
Listen! I give you everything. I give you food. Clothes. What else do you need?
I just...
Hey! I'm the man in this house. Is that okay? Is that okay?
I just want to go to school. I want to complete S4 to be able to do something. He does not bring back home enough things to look after me. And he won't listen to me. All he does is shout on me, slap me whenever he wishes. But I don't enjoy going through this. I don't. So let me ask you, is it bad if a woman can work and bring something home?
No.
Is it?
No.
Now, women, don't you want to have children who you can look after?
Yes.
But my husband can't see this. He doesn't understand. When I ask him, instead of listening to me, all he does is just shout on me and underlook me. But I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired.
She wants to go back to school. Is school better than a man?
Is it better than me?
It's not. It's not. You've been spoiled. You're copying habits. What is brought by those Wazungu? You're copying habits of the Wazungu. Is this a culture? In our culture, women are supposed to give birth to children.
I only need from her.
A woman can never talk when you, the man, is talking.
You have to kneel down whenever you see me. Is that okay?
Educated women like you are troublemakers.
Troublemakers!
When I look at the needs, the demands of a woman, like education, I see that we should educate our children when they are still at home. I saw the woman requesting her husband to go to school. The husband could not allow because of maybe jealousy, or I don't know.
A man cannot accept his wife to go, because if a girl goes back to school, he's never going to come back to that family, because in the other school he'll have other boyfriends again. That's why the man could not allow his wife to continue with what. So you girls, after conceiving, this is the advice, you go back to school immediately after giving her birth. You visit the grand. You go. After completion, you will have a good husband.
Look at her. She's a married woman, but she's putting on trousers. An African married woman. How many of you here are married? I know most of the ladies here are married, but they're not putting on trousers. And you're complaining about the freedom for women. But you don't know that you're just a woman. A woman is supposed to be a woman. Nothing is going to change that. You cannot be a man, and that is for the good. It is going to happen forever that you're a woman, and you're not going to change that, okay? Me, I go through a lot of problems. My husband is a drunkard. He comes back very late in the night. He beats me whenever he wishes. But I never gather these people to tell them about my problems. I never even tell my neighbors about what I go through. So let me never hear the both of you complaining again about senseless things of going back to school. Why did you get married in the first place? Let me never hear you complaining again.
The Bible says that all men came from God, and God made man in his own image. Where does the Bible say that God made women in his image? Where? Sister, can you tell me? Officer. The same Bible goes on saying that all women came from men. You are not suffering. It's because you don't read the Bible. It's because you're not faithful to your husband. It's because you're not obedient to your husband. You are supposed to be subordinate. And if you don't do that, you never receive salvation.
What is taking place?
Do you really want to pretend that you don't know?
No, I want to know.
You are my husband's best friend, and you're here claiming you don't know what is taking place. I know he tells you everything.
No, look here. You are making a lot of noise every day. You want your husband to cook. You want to go back to school. Let me ask you. Come, watch me. Compare these two ladies. Come.
You're not comparing me to no man. You're not.
You see? Look at her. This one is very big, and she's small. Why do you think so? We are not equal. That's what I want to mean. Look at yourself.
Now, you know what? Vincent, if you're not here to listen to me, it is okay.
And I paid a lot of cows to bring this woman here. Very many cows. I don't know how many. But to save her poor father.
Don't talk about my father, Susan. You have insulted me a lot of times, but you don't insult my father.
I'm a man in this house.
I don't care, Susan. You say that every day. What does it help me if you're a man or a god? I don't care.
I'm a man in this house. If
You're
I paid a lot of
You're
cows...
a man that I look after every day. I work for these children. I work every day, Susan.
It's
you don't
good.
keep
Listen to me
insulting
now. I'm talking. It's good she says you look after me. Yes, that's why I brought you here.
I always listen. Why don't you ever listen? Why don't you listen for once?
Listen for what? You're just a woman.
Susan,
I'm a man in this house.
I'm proud to be a woman, Susan. And I don't ever wish to be a man.
Stop
for
talking when I'm talking. I'm a man in this house. When I don't tell you what to do, don't do it.
I have lived a life of sorrow, even though in my heart I long for joy. And I have lived a life of disappointment, even though deep inside I long for smiles. Every new day is a new dawn of sadness. For many years it's been so bad, and here I am, so lonely and desperate. And the best thing I have is a man like that. And then you tell us that there is tomorrow. No, tomorrow to me is worse than today. You really promise that there is tomorrow. No, tomorrow to me is far away.
A home which is not well organized cannot develop. Meaning that the husband, once a husband talks, he should also listen to the woman. Then the woman should also listen to the husband, which means they should respect each other. You know.
Amle, arere naga mi ebile. Misa no mi go you see just yet mi gustin ba bonde do mi gindenele ko tortoy bonde.
I can go everywhere I feel, but the lady cannot go where I feel like going because the lady is there. We have chickens. The chickens should be entering at 6, and for me, I have to go to look for money everywhere I feel like getting my money.
Let me just cut you short. What if the woman also decides to go like you're saying, and she also decides to go look for money? What happens?
There is a difficult there because we have not equal rights there.
Thank you very much. Sit down. Is it true that men and women don't have equal rights like David says?
ma choy gi na amnye la je perni na ni kanya je kmi bonde kamwa kini la sama go yi tam ni ki kala na ko perni no kanya je.
You should respect us. Only that what we should do is women should remain at that level, but not too low again. Somewhere.
At what level?
That level. Like.
Okay, let's use this level of yours. Why should you be here and the woman here?
I'm at my place, and it is me who brought her to my place.
So do you think now if women now also want to gain this level, do you think they should begin marrying men so that they can say, I brought you man to my place?
It can't happen in our country.
Why?
A man is supposed to be a head of a family, then the next one should be a woman, maybe the next should be what? The second born. But not the situation where a woman comes above a man. It brings conflicts in families.
A woman has nowhere to go. She has to live in that violent relationship, in that domestic violence. She has no one to tell because she's ever the one to be blamed, not the man. So there's that imbalances within the society and the culture setting, and also, to my surprise, even the church.
The woman is a helper. At all costs, she's your helper.
Our women are still really under oppression. There is nowhere they can run to Akele.
Do I care where I go? Even if it were you, Beatrice, would you stay in such a marriage, would you?
I would. You know why? I would do what this man wants. This man wants children from you, Fiona. That's all he wants. So give him the children.
And what am I supposed to do? Just give him what he wants, and it's always about men. What about what I want?
What you want comes after what he wants.
What do I do bearing children into this world who are going to suffer?
And who says they are going to suffer? He will cater for them because he wants the children.
Beatrice, he can barely look after me and himself.
He can care for those children if you give him their children, Fiona, because that is what he wants. And that is how you'll get peace.
Beatrice, I refuse to have children into this world who are going to suffer. I refuse. Do you really think your husband has more power and control over you just because you married him, or it is because you were told that when you were getting married?
That is our culture, that we must be submissive to them because we were brought from our homes to their home.
That is culture that tells you that?
Yes.
Do you like that culture that makes you submissive, or you don't like it?
I like it.
You like it?
Yes.
This thing of paying certain cows also brings a lot of problems to families. Because that man will not allow you. You remain a woman because he has paid his dowry, his 30 cows, and you suffer there. This culture has to change.
It is dowry which makes them to calm down.
Isn't it possible, if you have a daughter and someone else has a son, for you to say, let this daughter of mine and this son of yours go have a family without us seeming to tie this man to her with this dowry, this bride price?
They will just continue calling you a malaya. A malaya. So at least when they paid dowry to your parents, at least also they will call you that you are a woman, a married woman. Yeah. Even somebody else from outside will not what? Abuse you, because even if, when you go to the well to fetch water, then you pick a quarrel. You say, after all, you are not even what? Married. They have never even paid dowry to your parents. So dowry here. It is very important. A woman who has been paid dowry is also being mistreated by the husband. Yeah. The one who has not been paid dowry is also suffering the same. I don't think that dowry can stop. It depends on somebody's behavior.
Exactly. It used to be very important in the early 80s. But as now, our culture has been a little bit transformed. We are paying about 3 cows now. Only. We used to be paying 7, but now, these days, it is about 3.
It is normal. Even if the gentleman has said in their place that it has died. But there's something, an appreciation. That an appreciation is 2 million. How many cows are in 2 million? Over 10.
I don't want.
Theatre can strengthen the emotional and psychological appeal of messages and provide a believable and interesting way to explore sensitive issues such as marital rape.
How can a man rape his own wife?
Patience, you call that rape? A man, a husband, a married wife to be raped in her husband's home, you call it rape?
So what do you call this? What do you call this when a man forces his own wife?
She's not raped, she's married. A married woman is never raped.
A woman, you are here telling people she has not been raped. This is
not
rape.
Raped. She's not raped.
What
She's
is rape
married.
to
It's
you,
her
Maggie?
responsibility.
What is rape
it's
to you?
Her responsibility as a married woman. She's not raped.
Married women now have responsibilities of being raped, Maggie.
Patience, she went to the man's home to do what she's supposed to do, and she goes there and she does nothing.
Would anybody rape him? As he is seated there, would anybody rape him?
He's a man! He's a man!
So what does that mean,
He's
Maggie?
supposed to do what he feels like doing.
Does that happen? Do you believe that was rape or it wasn't rape? Was she raped or she was not raped?
Rape! It is
Yes. She's very correct, 100%. Because you cannot milk a cow when the cow is not ready.
Your husband came late when she brought me. Then she wants to meet you in a social way. Then why do you deny the husband?
By that time, maybe I don't feel like having sex with you. Then you force me to have sex with you. Automatically, you have raped me. Or in otherwise, we can have sex about 3 rounds. But me, I don't want to go after the 5th. Should you temper from 4 to 5, you have raped me. I've ended in 4, you are going to 5. That last one, you have raped me. Whether you have married me or not.
Is there any protection for women who are raped in their marriages?
Yes, as long as you report, we shall arrest that man and take him to court. Hey, it is true. As long as you say that I was ready to have sex with him, but I withdrew after, we shall arrest you, the husband.
They don't know what they are really doing. They don't know their rights. That's why they are suffering there. But there's a lot of suffering in those women. They are really being oppressed. When you have been raped, you will say now, how will even maybe your children now are grown up? How will my children hear? Yet you are there suffering.
When you're a woman, a husband and a wife, each one should start the husband, and the lady should understand the wife. Of course, because you don't need to be beaten. You go by what is it asking you. It is normal. For sex, it is normal. All along, that man has been forcing you in sex. That's it. You take it another thing for the sake of your life.
If you force her and she's not happy, there is nothing you can do. Because sex is in the brain. You must be happy when doing it. So she may not have children because that woman is not happy.
Respect your husband.
Respect culture.
I preach to you. Listen to what your husband tells you.
You're just a woman.
I remember when I was 13 years old. It was 9th July. I woke up very well. I cleaned the house, went to till, and in the afternoon, I went to collect some water. On my way back, out of nowhere, men jumped out of the bush. They were all armed. They forcefully pushed me into the bush. And one by one, they used me.
Toto ndiye mimi, sina hatia yote, kwani nimetendewa hivi hata bila haki. Maishani mwangu nimezama, nimeharibiwa, sina afya. Can somebody give me a helping hand? I'm internally fading away. Some men have no shame. They take advantage of girls. They destroy precious lives. Girls that had goals to achieve. They lose all the home they had because of heartless men. Zoto ndiye mimi asina hatia yote, kwani nimetendewa hivi hata bila haki. Maishani mwangu nimezama, nimeharibiwa, sina afya. Can somebody give me a helping hand? I'm internally fading away.
I've learned many things. I've learned about violence, about not to allow girls to continue with education, which is not good.
Before they actually get married, they should actually finish schooling to avoid conflicts between, in their families.
We need you people to continue even to come around so that we encourage the youth that it is not your end wherever you are. You have again to have a step, and human rights are there to support them.